Tech coach Ralph, tough as nails, no disguise. Pushing limits, yeah, he's that kind of guy. At first it's harsh, the rules feel like chains. But trust the process, there's sunshine in the rains. He cracks the whip, but it's all in love. Results shining bright like stars above. Tech coach Ralph, you light the way. Through sweat and tears, you help us play. With every lesson, we find our might. From morning grind to the stars at night. Days turn to weeks, skills sharp and fast. What once was a struggle now feels like a blast. Step by step, we rise and we glow. With Ralph in our corner, we're ready to show. Singing his praises, can't keep it inside. From hard ass to hero, he's our pride. Tech coach Ralph, you light the way. Through sweat and tears, you help us play. With every lesson, we find our might. From morning grind to the stars at night. So here's to Ralph, the coach we need in this game of growth. He plants the seed. So here's to Ralph, the coach we need in this game of growth. He plants the seed.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everyone doing today? Today is Monday, the best day of the week. Yes, Monday, October 28th. We are almost out of November. November 1st is Friday. We are almost we're almost out of October. We're heading into November. Yes, we are. We're headed towards the end of 2024. We are headed towards also the presidential election of 2024, voting for president number 47. So we shall see how that goes. So this is our last week before the presidential elections, actually. So we're going to get into the numbers to watch. Welcome, everyone. I am Tech Coach Ralph. We are engineered to win. We got my guy in the building, Yakar. Shout out to the tech pookies out there. Shout out to my guy, Yakar. Good morning, Yakar. How are you doing out there? And quick notes before we get into our news topics. We have Candid Conversations coming out at noon Eastern time today. It's also going to be available on Spotify for the first time ever. So we have Candid Conversations. We're going to be just giving a recap, a retro of my last couple of weeks. It was super busy. Last week was super busy, but it was great learning experiences. So we're going to be talking about that at noon Eastern time today, premiering at noon, and being released on Spotify as well at noon. So check that out. And then tomorrow night, we're going to be going live with our tech Q&A. So we got my guy in the building as well. Victor Williams Jr. says, good morning, family. Good morning to you as well. How have you been? How is everything going with your cybersecurity studies? Welcome. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
And we got my guy in the building. Mitch is here. Every time Mitch shows up, at the end of the show, we have to play a song. So we will be playing your song as we wrap up the show today, Mitch. Do not fret. Do not be afraid. We got you covered, Mitch. I got you covered. All right. This is actually bothering me. Hold on one second. Not this. I'm actually being bothered by a little detail right here. Let's go with. There we go. All right, there we go. I had to have a thicker border over there. All right, cool. So let's get into our news. Do me a favor, like the video, share the video. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know every time that we go live and drop new content, as well as go to techcoachralph.dev. Sign up for free. I'm going to be releasing last weekish sprint review tomorrow. So you can check that out, as well as a full Scrum night, and we will go from there, and then going to create some more content only at techcoachralph.dev. All right, sign up for free today. All right, with that being said, let's jump into our news topics of the day. All right. So this one, I wonder if this one even works. Hold on, let me see. Because I had a bunch of issues last week with my timers. Let me see. Yep, it works. All right, cool. So let's jump into the numbers to review for today, or for this week, right? Numbers to watch for this week. So, which we're going to be reviewing on Saturday in our Men Lie, Women Lie, Numbers Manipulate show, co-hosted by Mitch and Yakar from the chat. And we're going to be working on our Urban Dictionary of Economic Data on Thursday, right? So America's labor market will be back in play this week when the Labor Department releases key data for the month of October. Economists are forecasting that growth in new non-farm payrolls slowed sharply. Wow, sharply. To 110,000 after 254,000 in September. And so that means only 110,000 jobs were added, or they're assuming only 110,000 jobs were added this past October when 254,000 were added in September. Now it makes me question that 254,000, because if you can have 818,000 jobs disappear in a year, then right, that blowout report, which came in far above expectations, suggests the market retained some heat. It also followed the first interest rate cut in 4 years by the Federal Reserve, and as a result, scrambled bets on future pace of reductions. The Fed next meets to set rates November 6th and 7th, right? So the Feds are going to meet to set rates right after Election Day. But as they say, we might not know the results for 2 to 3 years now. So we shall see. All right. So what's being released this week? Tuesday, tomorrow, October 29th, the Bureau of Labor Statistics will release the Job Openings and Labor Turnover Survey for September, the JOLTS report, which measures job vacancies across industries. The Conference Board will release its monthly Consumer Confidence Survey, which measures how optimistic or pessimistic Americans are about the economy. Wednesday, October 30th, the Bureau of Economic...
Okay, let's move on.
The Bureau of Economic Analysis will release a preliminary gross domestic product reading for the third quarter, so GDP. Oh my God, we're gonna have a long Saturday, so no extra topics on Saturday. We have to power through all of these. Thursday, October 3rd. I might even have to schedule it for a little bit longer. The U.S. So Thursday, October 31st, on Halloween, the U.S. Department of Labor will release initial jobless claims for the previous week. The report, a proxy for layoffs, tracks the number of people filing for unemployment benefits, and the U.S. Department of Commerce will release September's Personal Consumption Expenditure Index, the Fed's preferred inflation measure. The report measures the changes of goods and services, excluding food and energy. So the most expensive things are going to be excluding that. And then we wrap it up Friday, November 1st. The Bureau of Labor Statistics will release the October jobs report. The monthly release tracks the unemployment rate and how many jobs were added to the economy. And the Institute of Supply Management will release its monthly survey of purchasing managers measuring activities in the manufacturing sector. It's an indicator of economic health, right? So we're going to have a busy Saturday. I am hoping to see you there. All right, let's get over to our next article for today, our next news topic. McDonald's says to put some respect on its name. McDonald's beef is not, I repeat, is not the source of E. coli outbreak, all right? The Quarter Pounder is set to return to McDonald's after analysis by the company and food safety officials. After the analysis by the company and food safety officials found that beef patties were not to blame for recent E. coli cases linked to the menu item. About a fifth of McDonald's U.S. locations had stopped serving the Quarter Pounder with cheese following the outbreak. The culprit appears to be slivered onions, which will not be included on the sandwich and have been pulled from other fast food chains. McDonald's USA President Joe Erlinger apologized in a video posted to the company's website. How dare you guys try the quarter pounder with cheese? I'm telling you, as soon as that event happened the other day, it was like, well, McDonald's is spreading E. coli, but it was not the quarter pounder with cheese. It was the slivered onions for the loss. What are slivered onions compared to other onions? Now I gotta know. All right. What are slivered onions? How to cut slivered onions. Ah, that's what they call slivered onions? Okay. Well, the more you know. The more you know. All right. Let's jump over to our next topic. Delta. Let's put our little 24. Delta sues CrowdStrike for outage. You all knew this was coming. We all knew this was coming. But where's Microsoft? I thought they were going to. Let's move on. I thought they were going to sue Microsoft as well. But let's find out what's going on. All right. So, Delta Airlines has sued CrowdStrike over the global IT outage in July that grounded thousands of flights and cost the carrier $500 million. I'm guessing the Uber Eats gift cards did not cut it for Delta. The lawsuit filed in Georgia accuses the cybersecurity firm of negligence and causing a catastrophe when a defective software update sparked an IT meltdown, crippling technology infrastructure across several industries. Delta, which was slower than other airlines to recover from the outage, claims it could have been avoided through testing of the update. That's a fact. That is a fact. CrowdStrike said Delta is seeking to shift blame for its slow recovery, attributing it to the airline's own IT infrastructure. Wow. Talk about victim shaming and victim blaming. Oh my goodness. You know what, CrowdStrike? You get the L on this one.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Where's that song? Let me make sure I add this song. In honor of CrowdStrike, we're going before we play Mitch's song, we're going to play the QA engineer song as well. If I can find it. Let me see. There we go. I'm gonna add that to our playlist for today. Where is it? But yeah, that's gonna be part of the playlist for today because okay, hold on. Let me get it. Where is it? There we go. Let me get that right there so we can cue that up.
Okay, let's move on.
Okay, cool. Got that. So yeah, talk about blaming the victim on that one, right? Talk about blaming the victim on that one. We will play a song in honor of CrowdStrike as we wrap it up for today, or as we transition from our news stories to working on our mobile app. Right? Let's continue. Apple's Mac set for seismic shift. Apple is expected to unveil new Macs this week featuring M4 chips optimized for artificial intelligence. Bloomberg reports it represents a seismic shift for Apple akin to the company's move away from Intel processors. First seen in the iPad Pro, the M4 chip boasts significant improvements in processing power and AI capabilities. The new product lineup reportedly will include radically smaller and more powerful Mac Mini. Interesting. Also this week, long-awaited Apple Intelligence features for compatible iPhones and other devices will be released to the public as part of iOS 18.1. Interesting. I wonder. Well, we have we have about a minute left. Let me see if I can go to apple.com. And let me see if we go to MacBook Pro. Let's see if they have the M4 chips yet. They still have the M3 chips. So maybe later on this week. We'll check it again on Wednesday to see if they have the M4 chips yet. Let's see, buy. Still M3s. Wait, nope, still M3s. We'll check on Wednesday and maybe Saturday. We'll see. All right. But let's keep going. So next up. Google to unveil computer use AI. What does that mean? All right. So Google plans to unveil an artificial intelligence tool that can take control of a user's web browser and perform certain tasks.
Okay, let's move on.
The information reports, citing anonymous sources. The tech giant's plans to preview the product. The tech giant plans to preview the product, also known as a computer using agent, as soon as December, alongside the release of its next Gemini large language model. Google's tool, codenamed Project Jarvis, is similar to the product recently introduced by AI startup Anthropic, highlighting growing competition in the race to develop so-called AI agents that are designed to perform more complex tasks and boost productivity. Interesting. I am curious to see how that's going to work out. But let's go to our last one. The sweet comeback of nerds is back. I never knew nerds would win in the first place, but as Halloween approaches, trick-or-treaters this year might be clamoring to get their hands on Nerds Gummy Clusters. Nerds Gummy Clusters? What? The surging popularity of the Technicolor candy marks an improbable development for a brand that's been around for 40 years. 40 years, Jesus Christ. Per Wall Street Journal. Just 6 years ago, Nerds' total sales were below $50 million. But so far this year, Nerds Gummy Clusters alone have surpassed $500 million in sales.
Thank you for your patronage.
Ferrera Candy, the brand's owner, initially had low expectations for the clusters. However, social media buzz, particularly an Instagram post from influencer Kylie Jenner, helped ignite demand. Well, congratulations to that, right? Pretty cool. Nerds is, don't call it a comeback. All right, let's go to that's our news for today. Let's go to the chat and then we'll play our song in honor of CrowdStrike. Let's see. Good morning, Alexis. How are you doing? Hopefully you got some rest. Hopefully you're doing a little bit better. I know it was a very, very busy night for you, but hopefully you're doing a little bit better. So Victor Williams Jr. says, I don't blame Delta. They out for blood. I don't blame Delta either. I mean, like, even if Delta had some slow recovery infrastructure stuff, right? You caused the problem.
Bruh.
It's like when people you remember like when you play with people and you take their hands and you make them hit themselves and like, why you keep hitting yourself? Why you keep hitting yourself? That's what like CrowdStrike is trying to do on this one, right? Like, come on, be serious. We got my guy Rod Brown in the building. What's up, Rod Brown? Says good morning, everyone. Good morning to you as well, Mr. Rod Brown, aka Mr. Tech Daddy himself. And Rod Brown says, if I was Delta, I would sue as well. That outage hurt them more than anyone. Yeah, they're gonna win. They're gonna get a settlement, but it's going to be. I don't think they're gonna draw it out, but it might bankrupt CrowdStrike. And honestly, if it does, sorry for CrowdStrike, but you didn't handle it the right way in the aftermath. Like you should like this should not be going to like. Honestly, I would do everything. If I was CrowdStrike, I'd do everything in my power not to let it go to a lawsuit. Because now you're just going to expose a lot more stuff in discovery, and regardless of Delta's slowly recover. I mean, Delta is probably the biggest company that was affected by this, and you're just trying to shift blame to them. Like, come on, who does that? All right. And Mitch says, I thought they meant Mitch was back, but Mitch always been in bars. All right, so we got 25 minutes left. As we transition over to working on our mobile development, I'm going to play our song in honor of CrowdStrike. Our song in honor of CrowdStrike. All right, so here we go.
I clock in every day, eyes glued to the screen, hoping I'll catch the flaws, keep the systems clean. But one slip, just one, I let the warning pass. Now I feel the weight of the world like broken glass. The bug slipped through, it played me for a fool. Now I'm lost in the echoes of my mistakes. Every heartbeat screams that I should have been awake. In this silent war, I'm fighting my regret. A QA engineer with a burden I can't forget. Each line of code, a promise I was meant to keep. Now those promises haunt me rolling in my sleep. 100 grand lost, it's more than just a price. Feels like my heart's colliding with a pitch of ice. In the shadows I drown in doubt and fear. Now I'm lost in the echoes of my mistakes. Every heartbeat screams that I should have been awake. In the silent war, I'm fighting my regret. A QA engineer with a burden I can't forget. Just a bug in the night and a heart full of pain. Will I ever trust my hands to code again? Now I'm lost in the echoes of my mistakes. Every heartbeat screams that I should have been awake. In this silent war, I'm fighting my regret. A QA engineer with a burden I can't forget. Just a bug in the night and a heart full of pain. Will I ever trust my hands to code again? Just a bug in the night and a heart full of pain. Will I ever trust my hands to code again?
That was Bug in the Night, the story of CrowdStrike. That was actually, that may or may not have been performed, written and all by someone who actually worked on the CrowdStrike debacle. Cannot confirm nor deny, but that is exactly what they went through, you know? So, and you know, like if you know, if you're not in the field, you don't know how it feels like to wake up in the middle of the night and see nothing is working and you don't know what's going on. And then you find out that it cost one of your clients $500,000, you know? So, we got, you know what, Mitch, come and take my access, Mitch. Come and take my access if you dare. Mitch, you don't want to catch these hands. Mitch, you don't want to catch these hands or these chokes. All right. Let's say he's spreading this to other people too. Yeah, that was I mean, you guys wanted Beyonce, I gave you guys Beyonce, right? You guys wanted Beyonce, I gave you guys Beyonce, right? There we go. We got Miss Ashley in the building. Good morning to you. How are you doing today? He said this directly to me, like it is fire. It is fire. You know what? Like I am my biggest fan. I don't need anybody, right? I don't need anybody. See, thank you. See, my tech people know. Like they understand the lyrics, right? They understand the lyrics. They understand the troubles that we go through in this tech game. Shout out to my guy Victor Williams Jr.
I appreciate you.
All right. Anyways, let's get to work. We got 20 minutes left. We got 20 minutes worth. All right. So We fixed the which one we fixed this one. I was wondering if we had built in, like, if you put a decimal to get an error, but we didn't. So we're just gonna leave it as that for now. Maybe in the future we can come back to doing that. Let's see. So let's go to. Let's see what else is failing, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4 tests that are failing, but we still have to add a couple of new tests for the. We have to add a couple of new tests for the increment thing that we added. So we'll figure that out. Let me pull up the app just so you guys can see where we're at. It's actually pretty good, and we could actually probably push it to the App Store, but I wouldn't recommend doing that because we want to have all our tests in place and make sure everything is all cleaned up and ready to roll. Let me see. We do main. Let's run that to get that started. Last time we had to upgrade our Flutter stuff, our Dart stuff, but I think we got that taken care of, so it should start up at this point. Let's see. Yep, there we go. Let's see. All right, so here we are. Let's go to. All right. All right, cool, perfect. So we have this running. So we need to add tests for. Oops, that's what I want to do. We need to add tests for this right here as well to make sure that the calculations are right. I mean, we've seen it visually, but what if we change something, right? And now everything starts to break. So we need to be able to run our test whenever we need to. So we need to have a test for typing this in, for hitting the up, for hitting the down, to make sure that this gets correct, this is correct, that this is correct, all this stuff. And then we need to re-enable our ads as well. So we're just we're figuring that out. Let's see. And last time I wrote down. Where is it? I wrote down here all the tests that we actually need to end up writing. So we shall, let me see if I put this. Okay, so I'm going to put this in here. All the tests that we need to write, and then we can just write them in each section. All right, but first, let's actually get our. All right, so the formulas all work. I just ran the test for the formulas, and that's correct. Now let's run our widget test to get the errors again. And we will. All right, so let me see. Validate this. So this one says validate the state. Oops. Validate the state changes for activity costs when it returns money spent. All right, so user annual income 176,321. Hourly value being passed. Cost of activity. Okay, and money made from activity. Actualized cost. So expected money spent. Why is that the expected money spent? All right, so let's go to that test. So I just double click to go to the test in particular to see why is it failing over here. So we have this. Expected. Why is that expected? Let me see. Actual money spent. So let's actually type this in then, because let me see. What happened to my test I was running? Oh, wait. All right. Guess I'll run that again. Weird. Let's see. All right. So let's see here. All right. So let's say we type in 176.321. So we have 2013. Okay, yeah, rounded it up. And then looking at the test, minimum. So if we're looking at the test, hours spent on, oh, okay, so because we can't do 1475. Enter to, all right, so that's what it is. We can't do, all right, so it's probably doing 14. But we can't do 75. So this would have to be 14 minutes and 45, 14 hours and 45 minutes. And then additional cost of activity. So if we type this in manually, then money made from activity 20.53. So okay, so that's what the issue is, right? That's what the issue is, because this was putting a decimal point inside when it was just hours. So we need to do, all right. So let's do here total minutes spent on activity. So this is going to be 14 minutes. This is going to be 45 or 14 hours, 45 minutes. And everything else should stay the same. But we need to actually enter, await, total annual. And then we'll do enter text. Total. Where do we at? All right, so then here we have another variable for total minutes spent on activity. And we're going to say, I guess it's just total minutes spent on activity. Put that over total hours, total minutes, user total minutes spent on activity. Pump and settle. I think that should do it, but let's run it again to find out. Let's see. Which one was it? That would be validate state changes, validate state changes. Where is that one? Validate stages for activity costs when it returns money spent activity. So here, okay. Expected. All right, let's see what's going on. So total minutes spent on activity. Total minutes spent on activity, 45. Total minutes spent on, all right, let me make sure that this is correct as well. I just guessed that that's what it was over here. So if we go to here, total minutes spent on activity, all right. So that should be 45. All right, let me see, 14, 802.13, and it's expecting 802. Could fix that, but there should be. Let's put that 13. So that's what it should be getting, but why is it getting 50 money spent? We do a let me see. Find element, test key, profit loss, activity time cost, result element, to plain text, money spent. Why is it? Something's not updating. I wonder if you could take a screenshot of the state that it's in, because something's not updated. Because if I'm entering additional cost, money made from activity is $20. So the actualized cost isn't. It's not doing. All right, so it's not taking in the calculations from the input fields. Okay, so let's take a look at this real quick. Flutter provides out-of-the-box screenshots testing in form of golden test. During a test run, a Flutter widget can be rendered and captured as a screenshot. Oh, interesting. How do you do that? Let's see. The package Golden Toolkit might be what you're looking for. Instead of using widget tests, you'll be using test goldens. Not exactly. Okay. Let's good. Just could try that. I guess we could try that. If anything, we'll continue with this on Wednesday, but get started. So pub spec, and that would be under dev dependencies. Golden toolkit. Do I have to install it? Or I guess not. All right, cool. Golden toolkit, and I don't think I need to put the version. And if we go over here and we go up to here, test widgets, we say test goldens. How do you import it? The function isn't defined. Try importing the library that defines test golden. Where do I update it from? Where do I update it from? Let me see. Flutter. Let's try it from Flutter. Or actually, let's look at the Medium article. Let's see. Let's see. Golden test. So test widgets. Create that. Create that. So import package golden. No, that's not it. That's just the name of their test package. Let me see. So you don't, so they didn't change it back to, they didn't change anything in there. All right, whatever. Let's see what happens. Let's go to, right. Flutter test, update goldens. See what happens with that. Update goldens. Like this maybe? Oops. Let's see. Now, if it did work, where are the screenshots saved? Let's see. What's up, Spaces? How you doing? What's good, Spaces? I'm on the big screen. That's hilarious. All right. I think that's, let me see. Where would the images be saved to? Test failures. Is there a folder? Let's refresh. All right, so we have to, so we'll figure this out on Wednesday then, how to get these test goldens to work, because I need to be able to see the screenshots of what the test is actually doing versus what I think it should be doing. Because when the tests run, if we go back over here, it's saying that it's putting in the values, but I'm not sure, it doesn't look like it's putting in the values for the hours spent on the activity, which is not accurately returning these values over here. But it is what it is. We're going to continue hacking our way through this. Let's see. Let me check the chat before we wrap it up for today. We are going to play Mitch's outro song, and then we will wrap it up. So let me see. Mitch says, the people that agree with you are scared of you. Nobody is afraid of you, Mitch. We're all friends here. And you, as always.
Simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
And you, Mitch, you know that you're my bestest friend in the whole wide world. Space says you can really see the grades when watching on TV. And Olivia Jack 54 on the Twitch side of the game says, how are you doing? I am doing great. How are you doing, Olivia? Hopefully you're enjoying the show. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As we're about to wrap it up as well. But you guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in this wonderful, wonderful Monday, the last Monday of October. So shout out to you guys, and let's have a great and productive week. Remember, we're going to be premiering our Candid Conversations at noon today, talking about how pretty much my last couple of weeks, super busy, but super productive. Learned a lot about conferencing, like about being on conference planning teams and also presenting and also working on a hackathon and in the midst of a jiu-jitsu tournament as well. A lot of good stuff to talk about and some thoughts and retrospective on that. We're going to be going live tomorrow night where we're going to be doing our Q&A. So definitely want to tune in for that. If you have any questions, feel free to call in or ask in the chat. And yeah, that's it. So on your way out, do me a favor, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. If you're on Facebook, follow. If you're on Twitch, I guess they call it follow on Twitch. If you're on Twitter, follow on Twitter as well, or X, I should say. Sorry, X. All that good stuff, right? And go to techcoach.dev. You can sign up for free. Amazing content over there. And you can sign. Yep. So I'm going to be uploading the sprint review tomorrow. So look out for that. But with that being said, we are going to get out of here. You guys have a wonderful day. We're going to wrap it up with Mitch's song, Catch These Hands of Love.
Yo, my boy Mitch, we don't always see eye to eye, but in the ring of life, he's my ride or die. Throwing shade with his threats, catch his hands and shouts, but trust me, it's love he's packing, not just about. We banter like kings, no one's backing down. Throwing punches, but it's all from the heart. In this crazy world, we're always a team. Best friends forever, with the shared dream. Mitch and me, man, we're living the theme. We chop up the data, make those numbers dance. Talking tech battles, man, we take our stance. Chicago PD, yeah, we're the squad on the lane. Fighting like Ricky and Cal, bringing glory and pain. But win or lose, we're never apart. Throwing punches, but it's all from the heart. In this crazy world, we're always a team. Best friends forever, with the shared dream. Mitch and me, man, we're living the theme. So here's to us, a bond that won't fade. In the ring of the streets, we've got it made.
That was my song to my best friend Mitch, Catch These Hands of Love. With that being said, Alexa says, we went from R&B to, we do it all over here. We do it all over here, all right? New music dropping soon, just letting you guys know. But with that being said, I'm going to get out of here. You guys have a wonderful day. Remember that I am the coach that you need.
Tech Coach Ralph, tough as nails, no disguise. Pushing limits, yeah, he's that kind of guy. At first it's harsh, the rules feel like chains. But trust the process, there's sunshine in the rains. He cracks the whip, but it's all in love. Results shining bright like stars above. Tech Coach Ralph, you light the way. The sweat and tears, you help us play. With every lesson, we find our might. From morning grind to the stars at night. Days turn to weeks, skills sharp and fast. What once was a struggle now feels like a blast. Step by step, we rise and we glow. With Ralph in our corner, we're ready to show. Singing his praises, can't keep it inside. From hard ass to hero, he's our pride. So here's to Ralph,